Hey guys, we're back. We are 11 and a half miles in. This is the start of part two. The heat of the day, so it's about noon. So we did about 11, almost 12 miles in the first 4 hours, which is pretty good. It's kind of like where I wanted to be, but now comes the tough part of the day. The coolness of the morning is gone and it's really warm. So we're gonna hop on the Skyliner here in a couple minutes, head over to the Riviera Caribbean Beach Pop Century and Art of Animation, and start part two of this epic walk. Thanks for joining me. Let's see how far we can go. Yeah, first Skyliner ride of the day. We're heading over to Caribbean Beach and Riviera. We're gonna start there. We're gonna do a figure eight on the pond over there, and it should be very warm.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So for this part of the video, we are going to walk down this pathway. I'm gonna walk all the way over there, across that bridge. And then there's a whole bunch of buildings over there. We're gonna walk all the way around that twice. And then we're gonna cross the road that's over there, and we're gonna walk around the Riviera and the Caribbean Beach area over there twice. So probably won't see a lot of videos of this section because it's really quite boring. But let's get going. Man, Hurricane Ian really flooded this area out too. This was all beach area up to like that net section over there. Got a lot of rain. Oh, this is a problem. Looks like we're going to be detoured. So on my normal route, I would go underneath this bridge and would loop up on the other side, but Hurricane Ian has flooded this whole area. This whole walkway is really flooded, so it's closed. So we're gonna have to modify our route a little bit. This is a visual of what we're trying to do. Down the bottom, this little section here, the Trinidad area. We kind of walk around this section twice, and then up at the top where Old Port Royal and Disney's Riviera, Aruba and Jamaica are, we go around that lake twice as well. And that's about 3 miles altogether. What a beautiful day here at Caribbean Beach. There's the Riviera right there. We'll be heading over that way shortly. There's a tricolor heron right there. Very pretty. Come a long way so far. We're over halfway done. We're in the back half. Some great tile work in the Riviera. Some more cool tile work at the Riviera. So we have hit mile 16, so we have 10 more miles to go. We've just finished up the Riviera Caribbean Beach area. We're heading over to Pop Century and Art of Animation. We still haven't made it to Hollywood Studios yet, so we'll definitely hit that afterwards. But we got about 3 miles to do over here, and that'll get us to around 19 miles and give us about 6, 7, 8-ish to go. Either way, we should be in pretty good shape. Let's see how we make out.
Welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner.
All right, we are on Hourglass Lake, and it is 1.3 miles around the lake. But what I end up doing is I end up taking little detours and take Classic Hall and Animation Hall. That adds a little bit of steps to the trail. So we're gonna do this twice. So that'll get us right around 3 miles. Whoa. All right, let's go check out Animation Hall. It's always fun in here. They got these really cool walls. And they got the ink and paint shop, which is always a good time. It's nice that resorts have their own spirit jerseys. Pretty cool. So if you've watched some of my Disney videos before when I've done these long walks, you'll know that Hourglass Lake has a path that goes all the way around it. And there are these little billboards and little signs that are spaced evenly apart that give you little factoids about all sorts of things. On the side of the animation, it gives you facts about animated movies, behind the scenes, that kind of stuff. On the Pop Century side, on the other side of the lake, there's all like current event stuff, big historic events like the Y2K bug, year the man landed on the moon, that kind of stuff. It's really a nice little walk around here, but there's very little shade. And it's not the most exciting walk in the world, so I probably won't post too many pictures of it because I've kind of done that to death here over the years. But anyway, we're about at mile 17. We're moving. We're doing really, really well. Way ahead of the game as far as I'm concerned, and these next 3 miles are going to be tough. It's the heat of the day, very little shade around this lake, and it'll put us close to 20 miles, and that's when the real tough stuff really starts to hit. But we're getting there. Here's an example of one of those little signs I was telling you about. There's a bunch of these all over the side of the lake, and it makes it a little interesting to read these little factoids as you're working out. From a temperature standpoint, I started this walk at 7:35 this morning, and it was 64 degrees. It is now 84 degrees. 20-degree temperature change from the time I started till right now, but it's beautiful. There's no humidity, there's a slight breeze. Last time I did one of these really long walks, it was in the 90s and it was super humid. And on this part of the hike, I ran out of water, which was bad. So I had to stop and get some water and got a little dehydrated. So fortunately, I'm carrying a bunch of water with me today. And every time I stop, which hasn't been very often, I might add, I've only stopped once so far, I pick up some more water. Here's a gigantic 8-track tape. If you do not know what an 8-track tape is, I will not judge you. Just do some Googling. But if you do know what an 8-track tape was, remember how hard it was to get to the beginning of a song? You really, literally had these buttons. Some stereos had a forward button where it would forward to the next track of the tape. And wherever that track was, whether it was in the middle of the song, the beginning of the song, at the end of the song, that's where it played from. Oh, technology of the day. Hey, monster-sized yo-yo. Playing with one of those sure has its ups and downs. There's a year in history for you. Ooh, giant-sized Play-Doh. Heading into Classic Hall. Everything pop, shopping and dining. Let's go check it out. Pop Century's got its own clothing line as well. Have a nice day. Disney's got a bunch of Halloween merch. Halloween spirit jersey's pretty cool. And the little kids got stuff too. How cute is that? Yeah, man. And here's one of those factoids for the animation. I've got these all over. Kind of fun. We're approaching the end of the first lap of Hourglass Lake. And then we'll start the second one. time for a break. Well, the good news is we've broken the 20-mile mark. We're at 20.3 miles, which means we have 6 miles to go. So I haven't decided whether I'm gonna go back to Epcot. I still haven't been in Hollywood Studios yet today, so I do need to hit Hollywood. I did park at Hollywood Studios parking lot, so it just makes sense to finish up there, but I like seeing Epcot at night. I love seeing Spaceship Earth all lit up. Just don't know if I want to fight the crowds at Epcot, although I'm at the point now where all I have to do is just stroll and I'll easily make my 26 miles. So I don't really have to push from this point on. I can just take my time and easily get the 26 miles. I'll get a couple of miles easily in Hollywood Studios, and it's like 2 miles from Hollywood Studios to walk to Epcot, so that's 4, and walk around Epcot for another 2. It's just, it's early in the day, so if I go to Epcot now, the ball is not going to be lit up for a long while, and I've yet to go into Hollywood Studios, so I just don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm feeling strong, feeling healthy, feeling fit. I think I've got another 10 miles in me, but I just don't know if I can last 10 miles. I mean, once you get going, it's just momentum at that point. I do say that the first 10 miles was harder than the second 10 miles. At the end of mile 10 and 11, right around lunchtime, I was really struggling. At the end of 20, I'm feeling really good, and I'm still at a 3-mile-per-hour pace. I haven't really slowed all that much. I took a little bit of time off for lunch and had a snack. I needed some sugar to get my body sugar back up. But overall, I feel really good, really healthy, and really strong. Not very achy. I did take an Advil at lunchtime, and I probably will take another one when I'm done. But I don't know. We're definitely going to break 26 today. It's just how we're going to do it. I don't know. It's been fun, though. Talk to you in a little bit. So we're back on the Skyliner again. We're heading towards Hollywood Studios. Definitely got to go to the car, pick up some more water. I am all out of water, and the last thing I really want to do is get dehydrated on the last few miles. So I'm going to go grab some more water out of the back of the car, and then probably go into Hollywood Studios, I am thinking. We've got 6 miles to go, so we'll probably just head back into Hollywood Studios, do some shopping, do a spin around the park, kind of see where we're at after we've done a spin around the park. And then maybe if I'm feeling up to it, we'll head back to Epcot. I'll head back to Epcot and do a spin around there. I've got to stay in the park for at least 4 more hours.
Disney Skyliner at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort.
If I leave any earlier,
You're flying to Disney's Hollywood Studios.
the traffic's really bad, so I really have to stay until about 7 o'clock. So regardless of how many miles I have, I just got to stick around until 7. It's when the traffic dies down, so
Throughout
we'll see
his
where we're
athletic
at.
career, Walt Disney had a